It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of Dick Moehl at his home on the night of December 28, 2015. Dick served as our association's second president for 29 years, from 1983 until his resignation in November of 2012. While the presidents of most nonprofit organizations wear but a single hat, Dick was a virtual haberdasher, spreading his passion for maritime preservation throughout the Great Lakes and far beyond. Despite numerous naysayers, Dick's vision, leadership, and persistence, combined with the assistance of thousands of volunteers and supporters he inspired, the Great Lakes Lighthouse Keepers Association took the St. Helena Island Light Station under our wing in 1985. Under Dick's tireless leadership, the light station was successfully pulled from the brink of destruction to its current immaculately restored condition.
The Coast Guard asked us, would you be interested in looking at St. Helena to see whether or not you'd want to do it? Well, darn right. So we came out with the Coast Guard. It was in May of 1986. And it was the previous fall that the Great Lakes Lighthouse Keepers Board of Directors heard about this, and they said, yeah, let's see if we can do this.
Pivotal in this restoration was Dick's insight to invite the leaders, parents, and boys of Boy Scout Troop 4 to the island in 1989. Every year for the past 26 years, the folks with this incredible troop have worked their wonders at the light station for a full week, with more than 25 scouts earning the Eagle Scout Award for their projects, with the lighthouse becoming known as the Miracle in the Straits as a result. Our board of directors expressed their appreciation for Dick's Herculean accomplishment at the light station with a permanent plaque installed at the light in 2012. Dick was an early and vocal advocate for federal assistance for lighthouse preservation efforts, and his testimony before Congress helped pave the way for the passage of the $3 million Bicentennial Lighthouse Fund in 1986, the funds from which helped seed the restoration of 160 historic lighthouses around the country. In 1997, Dick learned that the Coast Guard was preparing to declare the Detour Reef Light as excess property. Deciding that it needed to be saved, he rallied a group of Detour Village residents and took them with him on a trip out to the lighthouse with the Coast Guard. Through subsequent meetings, Dick convinced local residents that their lighthouse was not only worth saving, but could be indeed saved by applying what he called the 4 W's: wealth, wisdom, work, and wonderful people.
Very, very meaningful thing that began to happen out of all this is you have Detour Village people and you had Drummond Island people, and now they get together and they not only talk about the Detour Reef Light and they now form the Detour Reef Light Preservation Society, and then they have regular meetings, and now you have a social participation by Drummond Island in the Detour Village people. And that's, to me, that was really the wonderful beginning out of all this.
The Detour Reef Light Preservation Society was officially formed the following year, with Dick serving on the board of directors to keep everyone enthused and on track. The lighthouse was completely restored and stands today as a premier success story in offshore lighthouse restoration. In 1998, Dick spearheaded an initiative to bring the National Lighthouse Museum to Mackinac City. Sadly, the selection committee chose the old Lighthouse Depot on Staten Island for the museum, where they are still trying to establish a presence. Had Mackinac City been chosen under Dick's leadership, the museum would have no doubt been built years ago and would be flourishing to this day. In 2000, Dick again appeared before Congress to advocate for a revision of the rules governing the transfer of historic lighthouses from the Coast Guard into the public domain. This testimony would serve as the catalyst for the passage of the National Lighthouse Preservation Act of 2000, through which over 125 lighthouses had been successfully transferred and are now being preserved by local stewards. While helping document the final year of the original icebreaker Mackinac service on the Great Lakes in 2005, Dick learned of the increasing likelihood that this venerable vessel would be scrapped. Rallying a group of Mackinac City's entrepreneurs, he spearheaded the initiative to bring the Queen of the Lakes to Mackinac City, where she serves as one of the Great Lakes' premier maritime museums to this day. Working closely with late Emmett Controller Lynn Johnson, in 2009 Dick helped guide the restoration of the Miguel Pinpoint Light Station, a project in which he once again involved the boys and leaders of Boy Scout Troop 4. He was again instrumental in forming the Emmett County Historical Commission and brought a group of local historical societies together to form the Essence of Emmett Historical Collaborative, which works to spread the word of Emmett County's rich history and is currently publishing a series of award-winning magazines. Virtually inexhaustible, Dick somehow found time to help form the American Lighthouse Coordinating Committee and the Michigan Lighthouse Alliance, which he served as the first president for both organizations, with both groups continuing his passion for lighthouse preservation today. Dick's contribution brought countless awards, but true to his personality, he never displayed them in his office. Among these were the Michigan Lifetime Volunteer Service Award, which was presented to Dick by then Michigan Governor John Engler. In 2003, he was recognized by the Association for Great Lakes Maritime History with its award for historic preservation. He received the American Lighthouse Council's Holland Award in 2007 and was named Director Emeritus by the Detour Reef Light Society in 2008. The Michigan Lighthouse Alliance presented him with its Beacon Award for his leadership in the community in 2012, and he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Essence of Emmett Historical Collaborative in October of 2015. The Board of Directors of the Great Lakes Lighthouse Keepers Association created the Richard L. Moehl Award for Excellence in Volunteerism in 2013. This award is made annually by our Board of Directors to someone in the Great Lakes lighthouse preservation community whose values closely reflect those of Dick himself: vision, integrity, honesty, leadership, and an unwavering dedication to the cause. We will take great pride in honoring all that Dick stood for every year when we make this award in his name. Thank you, Dick, for all you did. We wish you fair winds and a following sea. Your influence will live on, and you will be missed by many more than you will ever know.